Oh man, Godzilla versus Kong. Where to begin with this one? Look, if you're looking for Godzilla to fight Kong, there's plenty of that in this. There's some pretty good fights, I ain't gonna lie. CG's alright for giant monsters. It's just, I don't know who at Legendary is making these decisions. But these human subplots are getting even dumber and dumber. And just like, this is completely unnecessary, alright? This is Godzilla versus Kong. I don't need you shoving Millie Bobby Brown in my face. I don't need you shoving this little sign language girl in my face and being like, look, you should care about this character. This character's important. I don't need you shoving knockoff Ryan Gosling looking blonde boy to be like, I'm gonna make the ultimate sacrifice. I'm gonna sacrifice myself so we can revive Kong. It's just like, it's so unnecessary. And what's even worse is the way they shoved Millie Bobby Brown into this movie. There's this character named Bernie, right? And he has this whole backstory about how there's this evil company called Apex, and he's going to get revenge on them. He has like this whole conspiracy theory podcast. Like, they really build up this Bernie character. And then he just gets completely pushed to the background because Millie Bobby Brown's character, Madison is like, no, it's time for me to be the protagonist. Like, this guy literally had more development and character in like 2 minutes. But no, Millie Bobby Brown has to be like, no, I have to be like my mom. I have to be the savior of this story. Remember in Godzilla King of the Monsters how Millie Bobby Brown's mom character, Millie Bobby Brown mom's character, I don't even remember her name, but she basically like takes it upon herself to like sacrifice herself so that Godzilla can become Burning Godzilla. Or like she she doesn't even do that. She just like drives away to distract Ghidorah. Like, that was it. And like, I don't know, they just keep putting these human characters who like really have little to nothing to do with the giant monster fights. Like, they sort of try to make it seem like humans can actually fight these monsters, because so the first fight between Kong and Godzilla, the humans end up helping Kong out during the fight. They throw missiles and like, your standard human retaliation, and it actually does something. Like, Godzilla actually gets hurt and he's like, oh, because he gets hit by missiles and stuff. And then it doesn't really amount to much though, because like Kong still loses and Godzilla wins the first. And they end up doing this really weird thing where at the end of the first round, at the end of the first fight, Godzilla like does this really like creepy, like weird smile where he just kind of looks and he's like, I won. And Kong is like laying on the like the ship, and he's just like, oh, I'm defeated. And it just kind of like, I don't know, it just seems like a weird fight, because the way they explain it is that like if they turn off all the like engines of the ships and they like play dead, that Godzilla will like respect that. I don't really get like the first fight is fun and all, but like the outcome of it is like, why would Godzilla ever just like leave? Like, he literally just left for no reason, only to be like, there will be a round two. But it's like, what is the point? Just kill King Kong now and there you go, it's over. But no, I guess for the movie they have to keep him alive. And then King Kong goes to like this world called like Hollow Earth, and it's like Earth. It's like a Earth inside the Earth, and it's where he gets his axe. It's where he gets his King Kong axe, because monkey stronger with tools, so therefore he win. And then something that just doesn't make any sense at all. So they have King Kong getting his axe, right? Then he activates this like light show thing, and Godzilla's like, oh, I can sense him. Like, he senses him somehow, and he does an atomic breath, right? And like, keep in mind that like atomic breaths in the Legendary universe have been able to like destroy buildings, or like, he shot one into the Muto's mouth in the first Godzilla and ended up killing it. Okay, cool. Pretty cool spectacle. It's like the final move, right? It's Godzilla's Hadouken. It's his big like move. It's his Rasengan, right? But for some reason, Godzilla can use an atomic breath to literally burrow, like, so far down to where he reaches Hollow Earth, and then, Godzilla or King Kong goes up to fight him. But, like, they just completely skip over the fact that Godzilla literally just burrowed in, like, a giant, huge, it's like huge hole straight up into the earth. And it just completely gets ignored. And then when King Kong comes up to fight Godzilla, they fight, and like there's never a scene where it's like, oh, don't fall into the hole. The hole just like magically disappeared. Like, it's gone. It's literally just gone. But either way, King Kong, he uses his axe. He wins round 2, right? Everyone says like, oh, round 1 went to Godzilla, and then they have a line where they're like, looks like Kong took round 2. And this is the really weird part too, where King Kong and Godzilla were fighting in Hong Kong, right? They fight, King Kong wins with his axe, and then rather than killing Godzilla, he just kind of like disappears. Like, he literally just like goes away, and then the next shot we see him like hanging on a building because Godzilla got his energy back, and he's like, all right, where are you? And then King Kong throws something, and then for some reason Godzilla does a thing where he looks at where the thing landed, not where it was thrown. And then King Kong gets a jump on him. They have round 3. And then, oh my god, this is where, like, as a Godzilla fan, I was just like, yes, because Godzilla absolutely destroys King Kong without his little axe. He gets, like, he scratches his chest up. He just, like, starts yelling in his face. He starts doing his, like, Godzilla scream. And then Kong is like, okay, fine, I submit, you win. And then, like, and then here comes the really, like, weird team up fight. This is sort of like, this is what made it seem very much like Batman versus Superman, where it's like these two are fighting, and then there's a third for, like in Batman versus Superman, they hype up Batman versus Superman. Oh my god, we're gonna see them fight, and then Doomsday comes out of nowhere. And Godzilla versus King Kong, they have their fight, and then Mechagodzilla shows up. And granted, it's not out of nowhere. It's because, like, so the evil mega corporation Apex, and this whole time they had like a Ghidorah skull, and they put another Ghidorah skull in Mechagodzilla, and it's very much like a Lex Luthor thing where the Apex CEO is like, finally, humans won't have to fear Titans. They call them Titans, not kaijus in this universe. I don't know why. Maybe copyright issues, who knows? But either way, he's like, yeah, we won't have to fear Titans when we are the Titans. And like, he makes Mechagodzilla. He ends up using the power of King Kong's axe to make Mechagodzilla even stronger. But then it turns out, oh no, Ghidorah actually took over. It's like Ghidorah's evil spirit takes over. And so Mechagodzilla goes on a rampage. He starts beating up Godzilla, I guess you could argue he's tired? I don't know. Godzilla just, like, completely gets wrecked by Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla destroys Godzilla. But then here comes King Kong with his mighty Godzilla axe, and then they win. But he, like, gets the final kill. He does, like, he, like, cuts up Mechagodzilla into, like, a bunch of pieces, and he, like, screams as he rips out its skull or whatever, and he's like, I'm king. And then King Kong kind of gives Godzilla a look of, like, we're even. And then, Godzilla's like, fine. And then he just, like, goes off into the ocean, never to be seen again. And then King Kong lives happily ever after with his little sign language girl. Like, it really has, like, this movie really has, like, no story. Do not go in looking for any story. Don't bother with the humans. The humans are a complete waste of time, as they always are, as they always will be when it comes to these legendary movies. Alright, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Skull Island, and now Godzilla versus Kong. All human subplots are trash, and they should just be ignored. Just go see the CG monsters fight each other.